Now, I've told you a lot. I've told you a lot about action figures from the 80s. So today we're going to look at 40 toys from the 80s that you probably forgot about that's not action figure related. Guys is back. We do a video, as you know, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock. If you're watching this on Thursday, tomorrow, 8 o'clock, probably won't be a video. I'm headed up to Nashville, Tennessee for a Star Wars convention, ICC. Great convention right there. Hopefully I'll run into some of you guys. But that doesn't mean might not be a video tomorrow. Just might not be at 8 o'clock. So might do a live stream from the convention. Might do some clips from the convention, some shorts. So keep your eye on the channel all weekend. And then when I come back, I'll edit it into a really cool video. Hopefully cool anyway. But now let's talk about some toys from the 80s that you probably don't remember, or you're like, man, I wanted that. I saw it in the Sears catalog and never did get it. Or maybe you saw it in the Belt Matthews catalog. Did Belt Matthews even do a catalog? Anyway, let's dig into this. We're going to start right here with Skadoodles. Remember this? It was like the 80s version of Etch-a-Sketch. It's like, oh, your kid, not your parents, your brother, your older brother and sister play with Etch-a-Sketch. I'm hipping it up in the 80s with Skadoodle. I could never do it. I could never draw. I could do it. Anybody can do it. You draw a bunch of crap. But I could never do it good. I could never draw anything good with it. What about you? Did you Skadoodle? Bet you did. And check out this one. Major Morgan. It looks like some kind of British toy. But I remember seeing this in the catalogs. Like I said, the Sears catalogs and all them, but I don't remember having it. It was a little smaller. I think it was educational toy, and that always turned me off. I was like, no, I don't want no educational toy. Ugh. And how about this right here? Yeah, believe it or not, we played with chicken nugget toys in the 80s. Yeah, we want McDonald's chicken nuggets as action figures. Crazy, right? That one's got a Pete Rose haircut. And I say Pete Rose, I don't get demonetized. I think you know what I'm talking about. Check this out right here. A post office. We can act like we worked at the freaking post office. Well, you know what they say about working at the post office. You know what they say about the post office. Working at the post office. Well, we did in 70 sing about working at the car wash, so I guess that's why. And how about this? Another one that took from the 70s, Light Bright, and was like, we're going to hip it up, make it 80s. Light Alive. Come with these little symbols. You can do all little colors and stuff. Like, touch it and lights up. It's awesome. You're like, I ain't playing with the Light Bright. That's old, man. I want the Lights Alive. Lights Alive. And you never have it. Never had it. But I remember seeing it in the catalog. I think I asked for it a couple of times. Never did get it. And how about this? Yeah, can you believe it? We ate candy out of a coffin. Bones, you put them all together. You could eat it, put it back in there as a skeleton or a bunch of pieces. You could put the skeletons in the back in the coffin and be like, hey mom, hey dad, look, it's Aunt Susie after the car wreck. Oh, and the whole family would laugh and giggle. And you'd be the head of the party. You'd be the head of the party. And it would be a lot of fun. Just don't do it at the funeral. I'll learn my lesson on that one. And how about this? Crossbows and catapults. I had this. I don't think I actually ever played it like an official game, but me and my friend Boyd would set it up. I think you had to knock down the castle, the flag falls, you lose. But you had these little catapults and crossbows. That's why they call it crossbows and catapults. It was a lot of fun. I think I actually put some Star Wars figures on it a couple of times. Knowing me, I probably did. And check this out. Thunderballs, man, that's what they used to call me in high school. Thunderballs. It was like the powder that was inside cap guns, and they put them all around a ball, and you knock the balls together and make a bit popping sound. It wasn't something girls shouldn't play with it, because then they get a little older and they think, hey, I may hit two balls together, they pop. Not a good pop. But there you go, Thunderballs. I don't know if it seemed like you hit them in enough places they won't pop anymore, but it was always fun for about 2 days, so you didn't really matter. After that, you lost it. You're like, where did I put my balls? Maybe I put them in a ball sack. I don't know. I can't find my balls. Mom, have you seen my balls? She said, no, I got your daddy's in the attic. And let's move on here. Playful Penguin Race. Remember these? Always at the entrance of KB Toys, right next to that dog that would bargain do flips. It would be a little ramp. Let me go down here. It would be a little ramp that goes down. They go up the steps and down again, just over and over and over again. And I don't know if anybody ever had it, or the dog to flip, but it was one of those things at KB to get you. You walk by KB, you hear the dog flapping, you see the penguins going up and down the slide. You have to go in and check out KB Toys. And how about this, Mr. T Helicopter? Mr. T Helicopter. I pity the fool they didn't have this. I guess that means I pity myself because I didn't have it. Would have been cool to have. Did you have a Mr. T helicopter? You were one cool kid. And how about this? A Knight Rider watch. Tic Tac watch. I don't know what that means. I don't know exactly that. Maybe you can explain it to me. Michael Knight needs to move over a little bit. Put him in the center. Make his picture bigger. It's like they're hiding him. Like, we don't want to put David Hasselhoff on it. We don't have to. What's the deal? What's the deal? It's a Knight Rider watch. Why is he like he's sneaking into the frame? I don't understand that. And then we have a naked Barbie. You know you like your naked Barbie. Your sister had a Barbie. As soon as she left the house, she took the clothes off the Barbie. Admit it. You know you did. I did it. You did it. We all did it. And then we have, can you believe we had a Murder, She Wrote board game in the 80s? We played a Murder, She Wrote board game. It puts the board in board game. Oh, Murder, She Wrote board game. I know who did it. Jessica Fletcher. Hey, she's at the scene of the crime every time somebody dies. Investigate her. What's on my face? I got some hair on. And then we've got Mad Scientist. This ain't a board game, but they did do a Mad Scientist board game. This is always somewhere you make some kind of creature. And there's a whole bunch of different ones like this. I've done a whole video on them. And I love this thing. I had this. Mad Scientist. I was probably a little too old when I got it. But still, it was a lot of fun. Mad, I think if you don't have it, I'm sure you remember the cartoon commercial with that Mad Scientist and his wacky hair on it. I'm sure you remember that. How about this right here? Yep, we had a VHS tape of My Pet Monster. Remember that toy? Well, he had his 3 adventure stories on a VHS tape. Somebody put their name on it. They were so proud of that one. My Pet Monster. My Pet Monster goes to school. You don't want to take your monster to school. You have to put you on the bully beatdown list. My Pet Monster is at the fair. Yeah, he probably a good place for a pet monster. And then we've got foreign Dukes of Hazzard toys. Are you a foreign kid? Did you play with Dukes of Hazzard toys? It just seems odd to me. It just, it's so Americana. It's so American. Dukes of Hazzard. I can't imagine some kid sitting in, I don't know, Tijuana playing with Dukes of Hazzard cards and playing like Bo and Luke do, like they're running moonshine. It just seems odd. And then we have, Junkman, you played with guns as a kid? Water gun. No orange tip, no bright yellow colors. Looked like a damn real Uzi. Man, that was cool, man. Uzi was cool. And water gun just made it even cooler. I think one of those guys from that rock band Airheads robbed a radio station with this, or took them hostage. Remember that? Remember that movie? Remember that band? Man, I broke my joke. Yeah, let's move on. How about the Chickmunks van? Chickmunks. I was really the Chickmunks. I didn't know they made this. I would have wanted this. Well, that's cool. The Chickmunks. I love the Chickmunks. Till they brought in them Chickmunk girls and whooped it all up. And we've got, we love stuff in a casket back then. How about this? A mummy in a casket with a big old spider, and the mummy would pop up and it would glow in the dark. And we loved our toys to glow in the dark, didn't we? We know we did. We loved some glow in the dark toys in the 80s. We also loved Rambo combat set. Look at this. This is awesome. A compass that don't work, a grenade that doesn't work, a gun that doesn't shoot anything, a radio, a walkie-talkie that doesn't have one because it's just one, a string that works probably. You can tie that to something, and a combat knife. Now I had a real combat knife. Yeah, I bought it at 12 years old. Bought it at Hanoi Hanks Army surplus store. They didn't care. It was 12. I don't know what I did. Why we needed a combat knife. Had a little, you open it up, had a compass inside, had fishing wire hooks so you could sew up a wound. I'm 12 years old. I'm not sewing up a wound. But I had it. Walked around the street with it. Hanoi Hanks would also sell to kids Chinese throwing stars. Throwing stars to kids. And they even sold me a machete. I walked around the street with it. I remember I loved that machete because it was after I saw Temple Doom. I wore a Hawaiian shirt because I was into Magnum P.I., but I had my Indiana Jones hat, and I was tied like an old shirt around my hand so I can be like Indiana Jones mixed with a Magnum P.I., and I would walk around the neighborhood. Nobody called the cops. A kid, 12-year-old, walking around the neighborhood with a machete in his hand, probably a combat knife on his side, and a throwing star somewhere on him, and nobody even called the police. Didn't even think about calling the police. Didn't even look twice. Oh, missed the 80s. And then we, remember this? Remember this? It would light up, and you had a little plastic dashboard. Man, it was a lot of fun. See how fast she goes? Back before you had driver's license, before you really drive. It was really, really cool. I used to get the girl next door to come over, and I'd try to make out with her. Let's go park. So I'm driving a little bit. We go up to the mountain, Try to Copperfield, man, got a black eye for that. And how about this? Hop Along Hopster. I remember my friend Boyd had Hop Along Hopster, and he had just the, I just remember the wind up Hopster, the little basketball you wind up. I think he had to get him to jump in the goal or something, but I don't remember actually playing it. I just remember that little basketball. I thought it was a really cute basketball. And then we have, Easy Bake Oven for girls. Now the Easy Bake Oven. Cosmo. Now an Easy Bake Oven for guys. Yeah, make some gross, eat worms and stuff. Boys love gross out stuff. Then they get a little older and they like to do gross out stuff. But hey, we like gross out stuff. Check this out right here. Oh, the arcade. I wanted this so bad. I was like, oh, I'll take, buy me one. I'll even take Cubert. Oh, I never did get one. I thought it was so cool. I don't even have to go to Aladdin's Castle. I can save my quarters, man. Played with this little portable arcade. I bet it sucked, but at the time I just saw pictures of it, saw a commercial for it. I wanted it. It's like, oh, go play Donkey Kong at home. Well, I could play Pac-Man. Oh, what is this? Cliffhangers. Oh, this is another one. Didn't work. Some of you guys in the comments I talked about before said it worked. Didn't work for me. Never could get it to work. But maybe I had carpet on the floor. Maybe that's why. You put it on the wall and it would go halfway up the wall and fall down. I think maybe a few times I did get it through. But man, I wanted this thing so bad and it sucked. It sucked. And here's Pac-Man, the board game. I did have this. It was a lot of fun. I play it by myself. I always get board games and nobody play. My brother and sister were older. They didn't want to play. They was out doing stuff. I always ended up playing board games by myself, making up my own game. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot better than a Pac-Man Atari 2600 game. Let's be honest, it was. Check this out right here. Remember this guy? Came out a little late 80s. I was a little kind of buying stuff like this. But it was more of those gross toys. It was like a big booger in a cage. I'm sure somebody in this video, watching this video, had this. No doubt in my mind. And then we had, the Other World. It's kind of a little cheaper generic toys right here, but they glow in the dark weapons. Why didn't Kenner do that with Star Wars? Wouldn't you like to have your Luke Skywalker glow in the dark lightsaber? Doesn't make any sense. But there you go, right there. I see some weird looking stuff in that box. Sure. Check. Fucking purple. Yeah, I've talked about this before. This big one, still big. Man, one of the biggest disappointments I ever had as a kid. Beg for it. Saw a commercial for it. I was like, oh man, you can tell this robot to go to the refrigerator and get you a mellow yellow and they'll bring it to you. No, it was crap. Be like left hand. And I don't talk good, so maybe it's just me, but I doubt it. You had to program it and everything. It was horrible, but it's still cool. Going to a toy show this weekend. If I saw this at a reasonable price and it just didn't even work, I would get it just put it back in the junk room. I think it'd be really cool to have. And check this out. Definitely dinosaurs. That's not definitely dinosaurs. That's two cavemen. One of them's bald headed with a big old mustache. But there you go. This is a lot of play school toys. Have little dinosaurs with cavemen. And I know, who would ever thought that? Cavemen and dinosaurs were living at the same time together. What is this, a Ringo Starr movie? And how about Warlord? I don't know this car. I don't know what, I'll be honest, I never saw this today, but I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, man, I would like to have that as a kid. I don't know exactly what it does, but it looks badass. And how about Bigfoot? Remember Bigfoot? Bigfoot was huge in the 80s. Now I'm not talking about that hairy monster with a big foot. I'm talking about that big truck. It was huge. I don't know if it was a Ford or a Chevy. I don't care. You don't got to tell me in the comments. But Bigfoot. This board game came with 4 Bigfoot. Yeah, four of them. No, you had to have the blue one. Everybody, you give your sister the yellow one. Gotta have the blue one because it's like real life. And they even made a Bigfoot game with the hairy one. Damn, Bigfoot, get your hands off them little girls. I didn't know Bigfoot was a perv. And speaking of the truck, look at this. It had gears on top. You can make it go slow or fast or reverse. It was really cool. I went to the store the other day at a Hot Wheels section. They had Bigfoot. I was surprised. Like, oh, Bigfoot from the 80s is still getting love. I'm glad it is. And how about this? Halloween monster. Like a mud monster. I don't know about this thing here. I don't know this thing, but hey, maybe you do. Let me know in the comments. Was it fun? Did you collect all the Halloween monsters? And then we have Viewmaster. First Light Bright, and then, I don't know, the other things we looked at, they tried to hip it up for the 80s. They tried to go clear with it. It didn't last long, but they tried to go clear with it. I don't want people to see what reel I'm looking at when I'm looking at a Viewmaster. That's my own private business. How about an LCD watch? That was really big back then. You got LCD, like digital, man. LCD, digital. Ain't no hands on this bitch. And this is a Mr. T one. You be like, what time is it? Well, it's about 10 minutes before I pity a fool. I said pitiful. I didn't say pee in your pool. I didn't say pee in your pool. I said pitiful. How about the Swatch watch? That was really big, but I don't remember anybody having a Swatch watch. I remember people talking about it. I remember hearing about it, but I mean, it's just one thing in the South. Maybe somebody, a few kids have one or two, but I don't remember having that. But I tell you what I did have. Friendship bracelets. Remember those? Oh, the more friends you had, the more bracelets you had. I had all the way down. I had a bunch of them, about 15, 16, 17 of them. But because I found you could buy them with a bubblegum machine. It didn't matter when you went to the all-night skating rink. It didn't matter. Your friends knew, but most of the people at the skating rink went to other schools. And they're just like, who's that kid over there? He's got a lot of friends. We all did. We all bought them out of the bubblegum machine, had like we were friends. But I like wearing them. I don't know why I did, but I wore them. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had friendship bracelets. And that's what I call a thigh gap. A lot of boys, man, had a big mistake with this, I'm sure. Oh. Tommy's got circumcised again. You wanna stay away from any woman that's got scissors between her legs. Trust me. Well, that's a look at 40 toys from the 80s. I bet you forgot about some. You probably had, but I bet there's some in here. Let me know in the comments. You're like, man, I forgot about it. Thank you, Junkman. I love it when I make a video and you say, I forgot about that. Thank you, Junkman. But let me know in the comments below.